In this video, we are going to cover how to work with Model Context Protocol or MCP with OpenAI agents. So at a very high level, MCP has three main components. First is MCP server, then we do have MCP client, and then we do have a transport protocols, which are going to help in communication between MCP client and MCP server. So server is something which is going to host all which are required to be exposed for MCP clients. So it basically contains your tools, your resources, and your prompts. Once all these are exposed, then MCP client can connect to it using transport protocols and consume all the resources. Now, if we deep dive into transport protocols, then there are basically two transport protocols. The first one is going to be Stadio, which is going to help us in communicating with local servers, and then other is going to be SSE, which is going to help us to communicate with remote servers. And when we work with the OpenAI agent, then if you want to use this particular transport protocol, then we have to use MCP server Stadio, and if you want to use SSE, then we have to use this MCP server SSE. Now, if we talk about MCP servers, then there are two kind of servers are available. So the first one is going to be custom server. It means like we can create our own tool resources in prompt and then expose it. So for the demo purpose, we are going to create a weather server, which is going to help our agent to pull out the latest weather information of a particular city. And then for a pre-built part, we are going to leverage file system server, which is already available, and we just have to integrate it with our client. So first we will get started with this custom server. So for that, we are going to go to our Visual Studio, and here I have created one file, server.py. So if you want to get started with MCP server, then first thing what we have to do is install a certain dependency. So we have to install this particular dependency. So I'm just going to install this one. It's already there in my system, so I can go ahead and start writing a code. So to create MCP server, we have to use fast MCP, and that is going to be available under this MCP package. So we are just going to use server and then fast MCP, and from here we can import fast MCP. Once you import your fast MCP, then we can create our server. So we are going to create our server, then we can invoke it like this, fast MCP, and you can also give a name and instruction to this particular server. So I can just say it weather server. Now what we can do is just go ahead and define our method to pull out the latest weather information. So I'm just going to say get weather. This is going to have a parameter of a city name, and the output is also going to be of a string type, and then we have to provide our endpoint. So I'm just going to use this particular endpoint. This is a website which can give us weather information just by passing a city information, and we do not have to pass any kind of key or token to retrieve that information. So this would be very convenient for our demo. So we can get started with this. Then we just have to call this, and to call this, we are going to import another dependency, which is going to be requests, and then we are just going to use it to call this particular endpoint. So for this, we just have to pass our endpoint and then the city name to get this information. This would give us a response. So I'm just going to store the response, and once we have a response, then we can just go ahead and print the text. Right, so our method has been defined, and it's a very simple method which we are going to run it as MCP server. Now the next part is to convert this particular method into MCP tool. For that, first of all, we can just convert this name so that it can be based on the given standard. So this is going to be a MCP server, and now actually we can use it to convert our method into tool. So now our method has been converted into a tool. It means this particular server contains this particular tool. It is going to be listed as a tool, and any client can consume this tool. We can expose multiple tools in a single server. So here, if I need to create another tool, then I can just call it, and under this I can just define a method. Let's say I'm just saying add numbers, and this could be another tool under this server. So before we expose all this tool to a client, we just want to make sure like everything is working fine, and for that MCP provides another capability where we can run this particular server in the debug mode. So let me just try to run this, and before that actually we have to navigate to our main directory, and now I can just execute this command mcp dev server.py, and it's saying like I need to install certain packages. I'm just going to say yes, and we'll wait for this installation to be completed. Now, as you could see, it is starting an MCP Inspector, and which is going to run on this particular port, and this is going to be URL for that. So let me just click on this particular URL. You could see it has routed us to this particular UI. Now what I can do is I can just click on this connect button. This would help me to connect with our server, and under this you could see there are several options like resources, prompts, tools, and all these things which MCP server can expose. So because we have only exposed tools, so I will just go to tools, and the first thing what you see over here is list tools. So I'm just going to click on this list tools, which is going to list all the tools this particular server contains. So you could see here we can see the get weather and add numbers, and this is coming from our code where we have posed our method as a get weather and add number as MCP tools. Now what we can do is we can go to any particular tool over here. So let me just click on get weather, and because we are asking it to provide a city name as an input parameter, I'm just going to pass Tokyo and then run this particular tool. Now, when I run this, you could see I'm getting a success, and this is the weather report with all the details which is coming from that particular API. It tells us our tool is working, and we can go ahead and expose it to MCP clients. So anytime when the client is going to connect it to a server, so first of all, they are going to call this list tools to gather the information about the available tools, and then they are going to call this call method on top of tools. So here you could see first we have listed it out the tools, and when we pass this input parameter and run the tool, then it has basically executed this call method on top of this. So if I go over here, you could see the method, the name, and the parameter. This is very user friendly, and this would help us to validate our server before actually we can expose it to our client, or maybe if we have identified any kind of issues, then also we can connect it in the debug mode and we can test it out the given functionalities. So I will just disconnect it. So I will just go ahead and terminate the job, and now we can go ahead and create our client to consume the tools which are exposed by MCP servers. I have created one new file, mcp-demo.py. First thing what we are going to do is start with our normal agent creation, and we know how to create that agent. So we'll pass our name, can name it assistant, and then going to pass our instructions, and I'm just going to say you are a helpful assistant and would use given tools to help the user. As we have to pass MCP server, so you could see there is another property over here, MCP servers, and it can take a list of MCP servers. So here we do have only one, so I'm just going to say MCP server, and then because it's taking a list, so I'm just going to say MCP server. Now from where this MCP server value is going to come, so what we are going to do is we are going to define a function. I can just say run, and under this I can just pass this MCP server, and this is going to be of type MCP server, and this MCP server I can just import it from this particular package, which is going to be agents.mcp, and then I can just call this MCP server. After this, if you want, we can also pass our model name, and we can just see okay which model is giving us higher accuracy. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead with the default one, which is going to be GPT-4o. And as you know, this is going to be related to identify weather information of a particular city. So my message is going to be like this. I can just pass the message, what's the weather in Hyderabad. After this, I can just go ahead and write the code to pass this message. And we know like what exactly we need to do to run this. So we are going to have this runner package, and we are just going to call run. And under this, we have to pass our agent, which is going to be starting agent, and then our message. Now we can just go ahead and print our final output, and this is going to give us our result. So this is our base agent code which we have written over here, but we haven't still called that MCP server, and that's the additional code that we have to write. As we have seen in our diagram, if you are going to communicate with local servers, something which is running on your local machine only, then we have to use MCP server studio. I'm just going to write a method for the same. This is also going to be a sync. I'm just going to say main, and under this first thing I'm going to pass is MCP server studio, and we have to import this, and this is going to come from this particular package. Okay, so let me correct this, it should be a sync with. You could see our package has been imported and it just needs certain parameters, which is going to be the params which we need to pass, and then the name of this particular MCP server studio. So I'm just going to give a name first, and this is going to be our weather server, and after that I need to pass our params. Now under this params we need to pass our command to execute that server. Before actually we can do this, we have to make sure our server is going to run. So how we are going to invoke this particular server? So for that we have to add this particular command, and this would help us to run the server. If we are not adding this, then we are going to get an error because server is not going to get exposed, and if it is not going to run, then we are not going to get the output while calling it from the MCP client. When we have to talk about the params, then the first thing what we need to pass is our command. My command is going to be MCP, and then we have to pass arguments. So I'm just going to say MCP run, and then I have to pass this server.py. Now the command which I'm trying to execute is MCP run server.py, and under studio we have to pass this particular command like this. So first thing is going to be your command and then your argument. Similarly, if you want to run any kind of Python project, then the command is going to be Python and then the argument. So whatever Python file you want to run. That's how actually we can invoke our server from the client. Now once this is done, I can just name it as server. Now this server is going to give us a lot of capabilities. So first thing what we can do is to just list out all the tools what we have on this particular server. As we were able to see on the UI, I can just call this list.tools, and this is going to give me the list of tools. What I can do, I can just go ahead and print this. I don't need description, so I can just remove it. Now this would give me a name of all the tools which are hosted on our MCP server. With that is done, I can just go ahead and try to run this server. So I can just say starting MCP server, and then I can just go ahead and try to run the server. So now what's happening in this case, we have got a server from here and we do have our run method defined. In this case, I can just go ahead and calling this particular server, and to run our main method which we have defined over here, we are going to use this. So I can just take this sync queue from here and then import it at the top, and we should be good. So let me just try to run this and see whether everything works as expected or not. First of all, I need to go to my main directory where my server.py and mcp demo.py are hosted, and this is in 05 mcp. So I will go into this, and after that I will just go ahead and run my Python file, which is going to be mcp demo.py. So first error what I'm getting is this coroutine was never awaited. So what I need to do is add this await. Again, I will just save it, but clear it out and try to run this, and we are getting an error, got an expected argument MCP server. Okay, so this was MCP servers. So I just need to update this over here. Again, just let me go back and try to run this. This time you could see I'm getting a tool name which is coming from here because we are printing it out. Okay, so it works. So let me just go over the output. So first was tool name. So as we could see on UI, we have got two tool name over here. First is get weather add numbers. Then it's starting MCP server, which we have printed over here. After this, agent is going to come into picture. Is going to call this get weather API because we are asking for Hyderabad, and based on the output what we are getting from API, it has just listed it out into this format. So we have plugged in with custom MCP server, and after that we have written a code to call that custom MCP server from our MCP client, and then we are able to get the output. Few additional thing what you can do to enhance your app is every time when we are going to call this particular code, then it's going to call this list tool internally, even though if you write it over here or not. So it's going to call the list tool first of all to acquire the information of the available tools, and then it's going to call that particular tool to get the output. As per the documentation also, if you feel there are not going to be frequent changes on your MCP server tools, then what you could do is you could just cache it. Here we do have one parameter cache tool list. What I can do is I can just make it true. By default it's going to be false, and as per the description also you could see whether to cache the tool list. If true, the tools list will be cached and only fetched from the server once. We are not going to frequently change our MCP tools, so first time when we are calling it, it's going to cache it, and after that if you are going to ask some subsequent queries, then it's just going to give us a response. So let me just cache it, and then let me just try to rerun the code. So first is giving the tool name which we have printed it out. After that we have got a response. Now let me just go ahead and ask some other question. So what is the temperature in New Delhi? Now this time our tools are already cached. It is just going to execute those tools to get that answer, and we have got a response. That's one enhancement you could do. Another is about the tracing. So if we come to our OpenAI traces, then whatever execution we have did so far on this MCP client, this is also going to get registered. So let me just go for the latest one, and here you could see the list of MCP tools. There were 2 tools listed on this, get weather and add number, and after that we could see we can navigate it to V1 response, and we can see, okay, what's the weather in New Delhi? That's the question what we have asked. This is the system instruction, and that's how it's executing that function call. It is converting our input to this format to make the function call, and after that we are going to get a response from our functions like this, and finally it's going to just take all this and give us the out. Based on this above information, at the last we are seeing this. So this is also getting listed over here, and this is going to be the trace ID. So if you just want to capture the trace ID in the code itself, then we can add some additional line in the code, and which is going to be this. So for this we have to import the trace ID and the trace method from our agent package. So I'm just going to call it trace, and then I'm just going to call this gen trace ID. This would help me to capture the trace ID here itself in the code, and we would know, okay, which particular trace ID we have to check it. Here this particular method is going to give us a trace ID which we are going to print over here, and after that with this trace function we just need to pass our workflow name, and after this we have to pass our trace ID which we are going to pass it from here, and then we can view that particular information from the platform itself, but just by passing the trace ID. So this is going to give us this particular link which would help us to directly go to that particular trace ID. So if you want to see that in action, so let me just rerun the code. So you would see we have got this particular trace ID. So that's how actually you can do various things with your MCP server and client. That's all what we have in this video. Thank you for watching.